Here we have our dragon fruit cuttings that we took off directly from our plants, and I chose different lengths of the plant. I have two different varieties here. This is the purple inside variety, and these are all the white inside variety. I don't know their names. These were gifted to me a long time ago. I just grow them for the fruit and for me to consume. Now, you'll look at them and you'll go, how come this one has a little bit of yellow on it, and this was just vibrant green? That's because some of them were grown in 100% full sun and some of them were grown in partial shade, partial sun. Really doesn't matter. This is a cacti family plant. It withstands preferably sun. I would not grow dragon fruit in 100% shade. This one just had more shade than the others. I did select some that had a little bit of damage on it, as you can see. I've selected some that is a little bit thinner versus these thicker ones, just to see how they will start rooting and start growing in the pots, just like this one. This one has been in the pot for roughly 1 week. Doing well. I'm keeping it in partial shade and partial sun. As the sun moves, it gets sun part of the day and shade some of the day, just until it can get acclimated, probably for a couple weeks. Now that I have my bucket with my water, I am going to select which ones I would like to put into the water and the ones that I'm going to plant directly into the soil. Now, I'm not going to leave it in the bucket with the water forever. I am going to just allow them to root and then move those into soil as well. I'm just going to do these two straight into soil, into pots, and I'll do these three into the bucket and soak them in water to help stimulate the roots. I'm not adding any additive into the water. I'm just going to use regular water. I don't use freezing water. Don't allow that water to freeze overnight. You need to keep that water in a nice temperature, nice lukewarm. I will not be cutting any of these, the ones that I put into the water. I will be cutting these, and I will be cutting them right here on the edge, all the way around, when I plant them into soil. But I'm not going to be cutting the ones I'm going to put in water. You can, but for this experiment, I will not. I'm just going to be taking my 3 cuttings and I'm going to put them directly into the water. Again, I have about 2 inches of water inside here. We're going to be placing it directly inside the water. And you want to make sure you have roughly about an inch, inch and a half under the water. You don't want to get it too deep. Just right here down at the tip. Again, we're just going to place this in the water, and because it's a lot shorter, you don't want it to fall over. So I'm going to make sure we're going to lean it up against the other guy, and we have it about 1 inch above water. Super easy. We want to make sure we keep fresh water in here, and we will watch for the growth of the new roots. Again, you should have roots in 3 to maybe 10 days, depending. One might root faster than the other, but this is how we'll do these 3, by starting their roots. And for these 2, we're going to do a different technique. We're going to put these directly into soil. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut this little edge off right there, all the way around. Well, you got to get to it first, right? Just going to cut the little edge off right there. Super easy. That's going to help allow stimulation and hopefully produce roots in the soil. Now this is the thinnest one. Remember, this is the one that was growing inside the water. There is 3 sides to this, but this is a different variety than this one. and the leaves are thinner, but not this thin. They don't get as thick as this one. I'm going to also trim this one too and plant it in the soil. You want to do all three sides. There you go. And like I said, you might want to use gloves because these little guys right here, they poke pretty good. See? Nice. Just gonna add this to the video. When you're soaking your dragon fruit in very shallow water, like I said, these are only about 1 inch deep in that water, you might want to keep the bucket in a shade area, not full sun. And make sure that you change the water every 2 or 3 days, just to give fresh water. Again, I'm not adding any additives to this water. I'm just letting nature do its course. Now, I'm not going to show you planting these in soil. That could get very boring. I've already done a video with this one right here on planting it in soil. So I'll link that to this video at the end so you can see that. But basically, not rock science. This is the bottom where I cut it off of the plant. As you can see, I trimmed the 3 corners. And basically you will plant it into your soil. You will want to take it probably up to here with the soil. Definitely right above the cutting. Right up to there in the soil. Again, this is the one that I just trimmed as well. And I'm going to make sure that soil is about right here, right above that cutting. This is where it was cut off of the plant. Right on that bottom there. Some people, they could put root toner on there. I may choose to put root toner on one versus the other just to see how they grow. I did not put root toner on this one. It is doing fine for right now. And we'll just watch its growth. Other than that. Alright, told you I wouldn't bore you with replanting these two. This is the real thin one. Right there. It looks like paper thin, but it's not. There's the 3 sides. And this was the larger one. A little curvy, but we're just putting them in here to start the root system. I did put in a used bamboo pole. Used a very loose tie wire right here on both of them, just to give it support so it doesn't fall over, the wind catches it right, whatever you want to say. Again, didn't want to bore you with planting these. These two will be joining our bucket right here and the one we planted last week. Enjoy your journey with dragon fruit.